Everybody's always asking me the difference between hemp and marijuana. Is there a difference? Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about the difference between hemp and marijuana. And for those of you who know that I'm kind of talking about the same thing, we've got Blake here to break this down. It's all cannabis, right, Blake?
It's all cannabis. And in fact, people will often use hemp and marijuana. It's all cannabis. And probably for us to all be enlightened, we should start moving away from the term marijuana.
Of course.
There's, history and feelings around that. We're talking about cannabis. Hemp plants, when we think about hemp, they're all derived pretty much from a cannabis sativa. And so if you look at the cannabinoid contents and the terpene contents, they're much more in line with what we would consider to be a sativa. The biggest difference, in a previous episode, we started breaking down how the plant makes different cannabinoids. And so basically, here's the difference. People, as they've been cultivating marijuana, or what we'll say just traditional cannabis, they're specifically creating it for higher levels of THC. And so you've watched THC go up. And the way that they partially do that is they've started to eliminate CBD and CBC. And the way that you do that typically is by phenohunting, then genotyping, followed by phenohunting, followed by genotyping, just like Mendel and his peas, genetics a long time ago.
And for all of you who don't understand that, that's basically picking the brothers and the sisters out, the ones that you like, the ones that you don't like, all the same, from the same family, but the ones that express traits like curly hair that you tend to like, or in cannabis, the THC.
That's right. Gregor Mendel was in a monastery. And he noticed yellow peas and green peas. And he started trying to cultivate based specifically on color. Phenotyping is like the physical characteristics of a plant. And so if you notice you get really good nugs and really nice flower, then you might say this is a plant that we want to keep perpetuating because of these physical characteristics. But how is that one any different, say, than the plant that's right next to it?
Right.
Well, at the moment, there's not much. But then as you keep cultivating over and over the one that had the characteristics you wanted, there starts to be random mutation and slight changes, and you're selecting for certain traits.
So are you
that changes
saying
the genotype?
That you're selecting essentially for marijuana because hemp is low THC?
That's correct.
Can we simplify it in that sense? Like, okay, if it's below 0.3% THC, we can call it hemp.
The Department of Agriculture says so. And so, yes.
So the logical difference, the true difference is there's no difference except for
cannabinoid content.
The cannabinoid content.
That's right.
The logical difference is, or the layman's difference is, the government decided this is hemp and this is marijuana.
That's right.
And that's why medical marijuana programs are specific to high THC products, and hemp programs allow for, the lotion that you're using and all of those wide array of products that we see in the hemp market.
Yep. Anything that's below 0.3% THC can qualify as a hemp product and is nationally okay.
Cool. The next question about this hemp versus marijuana discussion is really, I know I can't take so much. I can only take so much marijuana, right? Because it has THC. It's going to get me high. It's going to have these psychoactive effects. Is that the same with hemp? Can I just ingest as much hemp as I want?
If it's been decarboxylated and it's full of CBC and CBD, probably not. I mean, once you start getting into doses that are above 100 milligrams per milliliter, you'll start having lethargy, you'll start having other things. And there's a time and a place where that may be appropriate. If you're trying to arrest seizures, for example, you actually want something that's high in CBC and CBD versus THC. But look, at the end of the day, I think there's really the bigger difference between ingestibles, something you're going to ingest, something that you're going to inhale, versus something that, you're putting on your body.
Right. And the products that are on the market now, as far as, the hemp products, the hemp lotions, this is such a low amount of any cannabinoids that you're really not going to get any detrimental effects or any negative effects from using a lot of it.
You're never going to get high by rubbing on balm.
Right?
I mean, I'd love to get a bathtub full of balm and try, because I just think it would feel awesome too.
But that being said, the cannabinoid content of hemp can be medicinal, because we're talking about the cannabis plant. We're talking about the cannabinoids that are in there. Yeah. There's going to be terpenes, like we talked about in another video. There's going to be CBD, and those are now medicine.
This is actually why the Utah program is really cool, because Utah recognized that if we're talking about whole plant medicine, we're really talking about everything that is good that can come out of the plant. THC cannabis has been cultivated to eliminate a lot of the other cannabinoids, just like industrial hemp or hemp has been cultivated to get rid of THC. By themselves, they aren't the complete story.
Right.
But together they can make a lot of really cool medicines. And so in Utah, they allow us to add cannabinoids derived from hemp into the medical marijuana market.
Well, and when we talk more about with pharmacists, like we're going to do in future episodes, we'll talk about the mixture of these things, these high THC versus middle THC products, which I'm finding really good benefit with patients in this lower range of THC and increasing the other cannabinoids.
Yes.
And there'll be a lot more to come on that.